may know, we have two very talented wrestlers who have started their first round an hour ago down at Des Moines at Wells Fargo Arena. But you may be wondering the big scoop on how he got there. Here's Paige, who followed the guys to Humboldt to take a closer look at some important moments down on that mat.
5 athletes from a Class 2A high school continued their journey to the state wrestling meet by cruising through sectionals and competing in districts where the top 2 places from each weight class advanced to compete at the state level. Tyler Patton, finishing with a bronze medal at state a year ago at the 103-pound weight class, returned to districts this year at 112 pounds. Making their debut in the varsity lineup this year as freshmen, Joey Powers at 125, Royce Nessa at 130, and Luke Shannon at 140 earned the honor of wrestling at districts. Senior Jacob McBride, wrestling at 171, took advantage of this district opportunity in his final high school wrestling season. Through all the sweat, mat burns, and determination, Webster City wrestlers had a successful day. Starting Linksman off on February 14th with Love in the Air, Tyler Patton was matched up with Forest City's Cole Anderson. This win by pin qualified him to wrestle in the championship match. There he met up with Clear Lake's highly ranked Jacob Colon and suffered a loss in a hard-fought match, but still finished second, qualifying him another trip to the well. How does it feel being a 2-time state qualifier?
It feels pretty good knowing my hard work has paid off.
Joey Powers started his day with Clear Lake's number 1 ranked, undefeated Joe Colon. The first round loss dropped him into the consolation bracket, where he took on Tyler Harmon from Forest City, his season ending with a challenging loss and a 4th place finish. Joey, you've had a very successful season as a freshman. What are your goals for next year?
I'd like to have another winning record and make it to Fargo.
130-pounder Royce Nessa began his district experience facing Clear Lake's Tucker Weber, where another one of our freshman phenoms took a disappointing loss. In Nessa's second round, he competed against Forest City's Felipe Gonzalez, winning, giving him the opportunity to face Rolling Stories senior standout Dylan Rusher for a trip to state. Ending a very successful freshman season, falling 1 win short of a trip to Des Moines, Nessa earned a bronze medal. After getting a later start due to injury, what helped you overcome this and be so successful this year?
Just going to practice every day and help from my friends and coaches and learning to wrestle through some pain.
Competing in a difficult bracket, Luke Shannon went to the mat in the first round up against Clear Lake's Jake Capriva. Capriva sent Shannon to the consolation bracket. Shannon then gained himself a victory against Aaron Sporer from Gilbert, taking home 3rd place. As a freshman wrestling up in the middle weights against mainly upperclassmen, did you expect to have as much success as you did?
I did better than I thought I would this year because most people said that I wasn't going to even have a winning season.
The veteran of the bunch, Jake McBride, set out in search for a district championship. In his opening match, McBride made quick work, pinning Clear Lake's Jordan Dahl. Next up was Algona's Landon Ludwig. In a tremendously hard-fought match throughout, McBride came up 1 point short in his quest. McBride wasn't settling for 3rd place as he showed in his wrestleback against Colton Riley from Rockwell City. His search didn't bring him a district championship, but did earn him a silver medal and a trip to Wells Fargo. It's your senior year and you've gotten yourself a trip to state. How does that make you feel?
Excited, I guess. Can't wait for another shot against Ludwig at state.
Hopefully everyone will come and support the Lynx at the state wrestling meet held at Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. Wrestling action for our Class 2A competitors will begin at 9 a.m. on Thursday, February 19th, and continue through the 21st. Like all other Webster City wrestling fans, I'm ready to punch my ticket to Wells Fargo.
Thanks, Paige. It really sounds like our guys put in a lot of hard work to get to today's big tourney.
Hey Bree, do you have any notes for lunch today?
I'm really not sure.
Are you serious? I'm starving.
Well, then you better not watch this next feature, where one of our veterans, Bailey Anderson, checks out her cooking skills in the school's kitchen.
Here at WCHS, it is well known that the school has delectable, mouthwatering meals that no one can resist. However, a lot of hard work goes into preparing the meals for around 750 students. It's 7 a.m., and this is where it all begins.
We have three kind of main areas. We have one where there's a couple of ladies that start with the main dish, and so like today they're doing chili, so they started with getting the hamburger going at 6:30 in the morning, and then after that gets all browned off, they'll add all the canned things to that to make the chili. And then another area, Sally works with the fruits and the vegetables and to get all those ready for the Type A line here at the high school, and then also sends out what's needed for Pleasant View. And then we have another area where Connie and I work for the a la carte line, where we get the breakfast sandwiches ready, and today it's biscuits and gravy, which is a highlight for the kids. And then we get stuff all set up for our lunch, and about 11:15 we start cooking those things off for lunch for the a la carte line.
After making all the food, the lunch staff still has a lot more preparations to do before serving.
At about 10:15 we get everything done to go out to the elementary schools, and actually the truck comes and picks it up and takes it to the elementary school at that point. Then our girls go on break, and then at 11 o'clock they get up and get everything set up. So like for chili, they'll finish dishing up the chili and get it out on the main line, and then Sally puts all of her fruits and vegetables out and sets up the main line so it's all ready to go for the kids to come through. And then we have been baking off the things to set up for the a la carte line, the pizzas and the hamburgers and all those sorts of things, so they're ready. So when the kids come through at 11:40, we're ready for that first shift. We have a couple of ladies that serve on each line and a couple of ladies that then run the computers. And then in between shifts, they're busy working in the dish room, and we're getting ready for the second and the third shift. And then once 1 o'clock hits, it's break time for 15 minutes, and then after break they get up and finish cleaning up all the dishes, all the pots and pans. And at 2 o'clock, they're ready to say goodbye, go home, put their feet up, and get ready to be at work at 6:30 the next morning.
There are about 8+ hours in a day of continuous work for the cooks. Because as students we have similar hours, we should appreciate all the things they do to prepare our lunch for us. I'm Bailey Anderson reporting for WCTV, and this has been the Scoop on School Lunches.
All that food looks really good, but I'm definitely looking forward to today's lunch of walking tacos.
Yeah, that really does sound good. Too bad I'm going to miss out on all that food.
Oh, why's that?
Well, don't let my teachers know, but there's still some stuff I gotta get done for my afternoon classes.
Bree, I never took you to be a procrastinator, but I guess you learn something new every day. Watch the next story to see if you can figure out if Eric followed his own tips on procrastination in his latest feature.
Too many things to do, not enough time to do them, feel overwhelmed? Don't worry. Time management is often a difficult task for high school students. Students are involved in many different activities that present time conflicts.
Well, a typical night for me would be going home after school, starting some homework, interrupting my homework to go to basketball practice, coming home, doing some more homework, attending show choir, more homework, and probably practice my piano lesson.
Okay, after school I go to practice, and then I go home, do my homework, and then spend some quality time with the family.
All these activities to keep straight, along with being a full-time student, how do you choose to divide your time to meet your demands?
School, family, sports, and friends.
School, family, friends, sports, and my dog Tizzy.
Doing my homework, and then basketball, followed by FFA, and then family time.
So, by thinking about what comes first, it's easier to decide how to spend your time. However, it's not always that easy. High school counselor Mrs. Ostby shared what she fears could be students' biggest obstacles, as well as some tips to help stay on track.
Some tips for students to manage their time would be to use their class time and their study hall time use your planner, keep things written down, and then another one, kind of be prepared. Don't procrastinate till the end. You got to prepare for sabotage. There's so many other things going on, and friends and computers and so many options for them that they really have to try to stay focused, and that's hard. So I really think that's the biggest challenge.
So, by creating an organized schedule and thinking about what comes first, it makes it much easier to stay on top of everything and keep from falling behind. Taking my own advice, I'm Eric Greenlee for Wctv, and it's homework time now.
Thanks, Eric. I'll do my best to keep those tips in mind for the future. Most of you probably know that Aaron Eilertz, a middle school student from Eagle Grove, tragically lost his life in a tornado at Camp Little Sioux this past summer. Here's Aaron Hunt with more on the story.
Aaron improved the lives of countless Iowans by living a short life with a spirit of service to family, community, and friends. To honor the life and work of this dedicated young man, WCHS will join many Iowans participating in the first annual Island Eilert's Day of Service and Giving on February 24th. WCHS's Community Service Project will have a special connection for us. One of our own staff, Rachel Manley, left us in December to teach in Ongongo, Namibia, in Africa, through the World Teach program. The schools in Namibia are very different than in the U.S. They are run down with broken desks and chairs, sometimes not even having enough of those. In a recent post on her blog, Miss Manley mentioned that she was going to start working on the school's library, which is lacking in novels and picture books. So here's our mission. On Tuesday, February 24th, we will have a hat and jean day. Students contributing $2 to wear a hat and staff $5 to wear jeans. But that's just the start. This money will be used for the shipping fees for the books and supplies we'd like to send. Starting that same Tuesday and continuing for a week, students and staff will be asked to bring novels and picture books to contribute. Also school supplies such as notebooks, pens, and pencils. WCHS, let's all pull together to honor Aaron by helping students less fortunate than ourselves. Now back to Bree and Jed at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Aaron. Congrats to all the girls and guys at their basketball games this week, and good luck to Jacob and Tyler at state wrestling.
And don't forget to sign up for the cornhole tournament that the FFA is holding next week. The sign-up sheet is in the office.
That's all we have for you this week.
We love you!
Do you have more to say?
It's blocked.
Never mind.
We still haven't found the perfect gift for all you ladies who still.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Blood drive was on Monday.
What? Now I think about it. I guess you're right. This last Monday, teachers and students of every age.
It was on Monday.
What? Oh, what?